show you a tour of our laboratory here today.
At the Mass, we saw how even their teachers prayed to God for the rest of their soul. Some of her friends, with permission from their parents, shared on camera how they feel now that their friend Maddie, as they call her, has left this plane.
Body found at school event.
Everyone at school is sad. Monday and Tuesday, the teachers were crying. I have a teacher who couldn't even speak, and she even knew Maddie and her family.
Her best friend describes her as a happy girl.
She had a smile on her face all day, shining like a star.
At some point, she Daisy, and she told him something felt wrong at her home, that she had encountered some problems.
In 2022, she said her stepfather was very mean to her. But when I saw that message, I thought it was like
something normal, like they fought because, something normal. Just a year when, according to the authorities, Stephen Stearns would have abused a child under 12 years of age. The reaction of the parents was immediate.
To the community, take care of the children, not just your own. Always watch over the children outside. Ensure no one approaches them, to pet them, to touch them. And teach the children from an early age, from 2, 3, 4 years old. They say things that are happening to them, and one should believe them because there are parents who do not believe them.
Disney World Communications may have stated that Stephan Stearns does not work for the company, but sleuths are uncovering Stearns in his apparent role in working in Epcot in past months, just as he stated on social media prior to his arrest in the tragic case of Maddie Soto. As we await more news about the case, I've been digging more into the words of her classmates and best friend in the wake of the recent mass held for the 13-year-old girl. I've paid for a program that will translate their words from Spanish to English and dub them in English, as you heard in the opening of this video. Maddie's best friend, Joseph Andrade, spoke of how despite any problems the young girl had been experiencing, she still smiled. She had a smile on her face all day, shining like a star, Joseph said. However, when asked about the specific kind of problems encountered at home, Maddie's best friend said that in 2022, she said her stepfather was very mean to her. Notably, 2022 was the year that Stearns allegedly committed unspeakable acts against a child. According to the arrest warrant in the Circuit Court of the 9th Judicial Circuit of Osceola County, Florida, in the case of the state of Florida versus Stephan Michael Stearns, defendant, the Kissimmee Police Department, alleged that on or between the dates of 03/20/2022 to 12/03/2023, Stearns did violate a child. Maddie's best friend seemed like he had more to say when he began saying, "But when I saw that message, I thought it was like," and the boy trailed off or paused. The reporter jumped in and asked if Maddie's message was something normal, like because they fought, because something normal. Unfortunately, we didn't get to hear the rest of Joseph's answer. It sounds as if Maddie texted Joseph about problems in her home life with Stearns. However, Joseph seems to parrot the reporter when he described the problems as just normal problems, instead of going into more depth about what Maddie may have told him. There may have been more to the interview, credited to Univision, but only snippets were published. Perhaps she didn't tell him much more. Maybe Maddie did tell at least one teacher what she was going through. Maybe not. Either way, any help that anyone likely attempted to give the young girl must have fallen on deaf ears, since she was still allowed to be in the dangerous care of Stearns.
Like a hole is missing because everybody at school even, they're like sad.
Everybody was devastated. A lot of people crying, teachers crying, students crying.
I was like in shock. Like that was like the first time I heard something like that. So to get justice, it would like, there's still gonna be a hole in people's hearts, but it might close it a bit more just if there's justice.
Prior to Maddie being found, her grandmother gave an interview to Telemundo 31.
The school where she studied and also lived for a few days with her mother. Let's hear what her grandmother had to say.
But my daughter worked the night before, on Sunday. And it seems she woke up very tired and told her boyfriend to take her home. It was postponed to Saturday.
That is the first part of the routine the boyfriend frequently follows.
Always mine. And in the church's chambers, they see a girl with a green sweater where she sits in the parking lot for a while. And a few minutes later, she gets up and heads to school. That's all that's known about her. And each day that goes by is worse. One loses hope after almost 3 days missing. We don't know what to do anymore. In my mind, I think someone took her.
No. Well, it's worth noting that Telemundo 31 has been the only media outlet to have moved here to these areas of the city county to bring you these images. Also, from Orange County. But there too, imagine, we checked the apartment. From Maddie Soto's mom, who is also wearing a yellow tape as part of the investigations.
Yolanda Zambrano told Telemundo 31 that her daughter, Jennifer Soto, worked the night before Madeline's disappearance on Monday, February 26, 2024, and it seems she woke up very tired, Yolanda says, and Jennifer told her boyfriend Stearns to take her home. I don't know if that's a faux pas of the translation dubbing tool, or if Yolanda really said home instead of Jen telling Stearns to take Maddie to school. All of these untruths may have been what was related to Yolanda by Jen via Stearns, but certain things are very similar to her daughter's interview. Like when Yolanda said that in her heart, she feels like someone took Maddie. Something was postponed until Saturday. You can hear Yolanda begin to say, before the reporter speaks over that part of the interview's audio, Yolanda talks about the false sighting of a girl who wasn't Maddie, who sat near a church in a green sweater for a while, for a few minutes, before getting up and heading to school. We know now from police that Maddie was never dropped off at or near school that morning. Each day that goes by is worse, Yolanda said back then, talking about losing hope 3 days after Maddie went missing. We don't know what to do anymore, she said. Now that we know a bit more than we knew a couple of weeks ago when we first learned of Maddie going missing, all we can do is watch and pray and be patient as police perform their due diligence in getting justice for the young girl. Madeline's Mass was held on Wednesday, March 6, 2024, and words of hope were offered in the midst of tragedy.
Tonight, we come together in our grief, but we also come together in our belief. Our belief that even in the face of the darkest tragedies, the light of our Lord continues to shine, offering healing.
Matthew 25:13. Therefore be on the alert, be prepared and ready, for you do not know the day nor the hour when the Son of Man will come.